heart, hustle, baseball. The game lives here. This is Pioneer League. Watch on home TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glacier Bank Park for Pioneer League Baseball. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the ride as the Glacier Range Riders and the Boise Hawks do battle today in Game 2 of a 6-game series here at Glacier Bank Park. Last night it was the Boise Hawks coming out victorious 3-1 as Boise broke the scoreless tie in the third when Michael O'Hara stole home on a double steal that gave the Hawks a 1-0 lead. Glacier answered in the fifth with a Donovan Ratfield run scored on the Brock Vredenberg RBI single, and then it was O'Hara that broke the deadlock again when he mounted a 2-run homer over the left field fence. Andrew Baker earned the win for the Boise Hawks as they took the opener of the 6-game series. The Range Riders dropped to 38-41 on the season with the loss. Of course, there is playoff scenarios galore and certainly something to continue to check in on, as well as plenty of good baseball to be played over the remainder 17 games of this 2026 season. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the Glacier Range Riders and the Boise Hawks. We'll go over the starting lineups. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Fans, welcome back. Let's go over the starting lineups for today's game. First for your Glacier Range Riders, Kyle Ashworth leads off, Logan Beard bats second, Donovan Ratfield third, Vredenberg, Garner, and Horning the middle three, while Millen, Rover, and Murray round out the starting nine. Devin Doyle gets his second ever professional start, his third ever professional appearance. On the other side, it's Diego Murillo that leads off, Underwood bats second, Campbell third, Lucio, Califoot, and Meyer the middle three, Grant, O'Hara, and Pietkevich the bottom three. Ryan Radke earns the start. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for the first pitch from Glacier Bank Park. We'll be right back.
This is Johns Manville, built on experience, guided by people who believe every detail matters. We manufacture commercial roofing systems with purpose, combining performance, protection, and long-term reliability. From the science behind our products to the trust earned on every job, we focus on what lasts and what comes next. Steady leadership, proven performance. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
And musical theater. He now enjoys making music within the Flathead Valley and is honored to share his love of music with the community. At this time,
welcome back in. We will now send it down to the field for our national anthem, sang live in stadium. Our national anthem sang live in stadium. A wonderful job to get us ready to go as we meet the defense for the Glacier Range Riders. It is Donovan Ratfield behind home plate. Tommy Rover over at third base. The shortstop today is Carson Garner. Logan Beard is at second base. At first base, it's Brock Vradenberg. The outfield from left to right is Millen, Murray, and Ashworth. Starting pitcher tonight for your Glacier Range Riders, making his second ever professional start. It is Devin Doyle. His professional career as a whole is just 12 days old. An Iowa kid, a Grandview product. Played for the Duluth Huskies before coming to Glacier. His first pro start was last week, and he got the win versus the Billings Mustangs, one of the top offenses in the league. And he wasn't spotless by any means. That's certainly the case. But one thing Doyle did exceptionally was fill up the strike zone. 53 strikes on 78 pitches and not a single walk. 5 innings pitched in total and 5 earned runs. Did have 5 strikeouts. So just something to keep an eye out for a kid that started his level or his career at the JUCO level before going to NAIA Grandview. Again, a reminder of this Boise starting lineup. It is Murillo, Underwood, and Campbell who he will see in the first inning of play. Murillo on the season to lead it off, batting .339. And kind of a funky weather day here. Smoke settling in, what makes it seem a little bit cloudy, but I don't think it truly is. I think it's just smoke rather than maybe some clouds as well.
Okay, fans, on 3. Let's say, play ball. All together now. 1, 2, 3.
First pitch coming in from Doyle to Murillo to get us going. It is in there for a strike. We are underway at 6:36 p.m. Again, 84 degrees and a little bit smoky here. On Wednesdays, we wear purple, and that's exactly what the Range Riders are doing, rocking the purple jerseys, an ode to Northwest Montana's favorite fruit, the huckleberry. Cannot be farmed, can only be grown wild, and can only be grown between a certain elevation. This pitch is outside to Murillo. Count goes to 2-1. Two-one pitch into Doyle, or from Doyle. That one hurled just outside. The 3-1 pitch in. Hit up the middle and just beyond what Carson Garner can get to. It's a leadoff single by Diego Murillo. Ethan Underwood now steps up. Underwood batting .348 on the season. DHing today, and when he came into pinch hit, I said that's likely not a situation he's going to stay out there on defense. He is fielding an absolutely insanely low clip of .319. That's 20 errors. Certainly an asset on offense. But there's not necessarily a spot for him on the defensive side. Underwood, originally hailing from Ackworth, Georgia, returning Hawk from last year. Squares down a bunt. Doyle will have to field. Throw to first is not in time. It's a bunt single for Underwood.
Now batting number 48, Scott Campbell.
Two on for Scott Campbell, and keep an eye out as you look that one back. It looked safe to the naked eye, and the replay did not say anything otherwise. Squaring down to bunt, and it's foul from Scott Campbell. Scott Campbell coming into this roster and being asked to be a sacrifice bunter in a small ball mentality when he's not necessarily a small ball guy. Looking at his numbers, has 4 extra base hits on the season in just 13 games played. Pickoff back to Carson Garner, checking on the runner Murillo. Murillo with 4 stolen bases in his 12 games played. Batting average on the season for Chadwick Campbell, aka Scott Campbell, .373. The 0-1 after he fouled off the first one, and then he sees it outside. Maybe they took the bunt off for him. Just one sacrifice bunt for Campbell. As this squad has 37 sacrifice hits on the season. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 1-2. Can Doyle get himself a little bit out of the jam by getting one massive out? Tapped foul. First base coach makes the play on it. We stay at 1-2. Hey, he went a long way to reach for that one. That was about 4 balls outside the zone. Good job to make some contact, but also could have laid off and made the count 2-2 for Campbell, the center fielder. Hit on the ground. Taylor made double play. It is out at second. Maybe not tailor-made, clearly, because it didn't happen. But it is a fielder's choice to get out the second runner on base, Underwood. Good speed there, almost got to second in time. Ryan Russillo now steps up. Runners on the corners, 1 out. What do we see here from Russillo? Campbell on first base. He has 2 stolen bases. Fouled off by Ruscio. The 0-1. Runners going, swing and a miss, the throw in, and they're just going to get the runner on base. And they say the tag was applied. Little League double steal. It does not go down as a steal of home, but it is exactly what Boise wanted. The Range Riders yesterday fell for the same trick and did not get it out. At least they're able to get one here. Swing and a miss on a very bad swing by Ruscio. Swing and a miss, and that's how the inning ends. One gets across, and it is 1-0 Boise as we head to the bottom of the first.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back in. Let's go over the defense for the Boise Hawks. It's Grant behind home plate. Over at third base, Ruscio. Murillo over at shortstop. Pietkevich over at second base. And Califoot over at first. The outfield from left to right is Meyer, Campbell, and O'Hara. Starting pitcher is Ryan Radke. Radke, he's somebody the Glacier knows. He faced the Range Riders on July 30th in Boise and won, going 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. Did have 5 walks and only 3 strikeouts, but it didn't matter. This is not a mystery arm. Radke got the better of them going through those 6 innings. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0. Range Riders get their second look. And that's especially useful to keep an eye on this first time through the order as well. There's a hit right away. So maybe that previous look at him can help the Glacier Range Riders. Leadoff single by Ashworth. Range Riders got base runners on those 5 walks, but could not take advantage. And now the rematch with Radke. First pitch outside. Count goes to 1-0. Disengagement. That goes down as a pickoff attempt, the same as that in terms of the time violations of it all. Swinging and a miss. Count goes to 1-1. Ryan Radke. Originally from Albany, California. which maybe that's pronounced Albany, like Albany, New York. Yeah, the pronunciations of the names of random towns in this country, sometimes it's just going to be basically a wild guess. Fouled off. 2-2 for Logan Beard. Beard on the season, batting .281 for the Range Riders. Two, nobody out for Logan Beard. Pick off over to first. That is the second disengagement. 2-2, pitch in. Ball low and away. 3-2. Fouled off. We stay full. Somebody revving their engine somewhere. Three ball, two strike, no out pitch once again here, bottom of the first inning. Runner's going, it's fouled off again. Good at bat here from Beard. Seeing pitches, putting pressure. Range Riders, I don't think they would disagree with the fact that the offensive approach, innings 3 through, really 9, was just not good enough. First 2 innings, it was great. The Range Riders, as this one's ripped up the middle for another base knock. 105 off the bat. Well done by Logan Beard. Range Riders in 2 batters have already reached half the number of hits they had against Radke in 6 innings against the Boise starter on July the 30th. Donnie Ratt steps up to the plate. If this were Boise, it'd be 10 times out of 10 a sacrifice bunt. Apparently not 10 times out of 10, however, because as the runners go into third, squaring a bunt, it's in the zone, and a stolen base by Ashworth, who was allowed to run freely. Runners on the corners now. Do the Range Riders pull a little Uno reverse card and try and do that Little League double steal back at Boise? It's the same situation. Speedy runner on third, half decent wheels on first. I would love to see how Boise responds to the same thing. Instead, this ball will be flied to shallow right field. Catch is made, and it's a stunted run home. Good for out number 1. Radfield flies out. Up comes Brock Vredenberg. I'm a fan of it in general. If you know generally it might be low scoring, I'm a fan of the Little League double steal. Clearly, Boise, they've done it twice and it's worked out. It's so hard to catch the runner and stop the guy from scoring. You can do one or the other often. And sometimes you don't even do both and you just bite the bullet. A lot of teams do that, and then it's almost automatic. You get guys second on third. Swing and a miss. However, this is a guy in Brock Vredenberg you really trust to be able to make some contact here and score this run. The Range Riders, though, have been very, very rough with runners in scoring position. After that fly out from Radfield, they're now 1 for 7 in the series with runners in scoring position. That one hit coming from this man, Brock Vredenberg, with the RBI single that scored Carson Garner yesterday. The 1 run in that game versus Boise. Outside, 3-1. What happens if we go to bases loaded, 1 out, just like we were in the first inning and the second inning yesterday? 3 balls, 1 strike. It's ball 4, and we have bases loaded, 1 out in the first inning. A familiar situation.
Number 8, Carson Gunn.
One out. Hit on the ground. Over towards short. The field for 1. The throw for 2 is not in time. Good hustle by Garner to be able to get down the line and preserve a potential double play that would have killed the inning. It's 1-1. Ashworth scores. You knew there'd be a pretty good chance for him to beat it out, but you never know because this Boise defense can make some plays despite the fact that they have a very low fielding percentage. Up comes Carson Hornung now. At least the Range Riders are able to push a run across. They are still now 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, because technically that goes down as 0 for 1. Can Hornung come through as he sees a called strike, top of the zone? Oh, 1. Over towards first. Great job by Garner to avoid getting hit by that one. RBI single by Carson Hornung comes through clutch and makes it 2-1. Beard scores. Range Riders again stunted, absolutely killed offensively by Radke. But that is their 3rd hit versus him in this second meeting. And 2 earned runs already. Millen sees a ball upstairs. Most recent outing for Radke was 1 week ago against the Red Pocket Mobiles. This one flared foul. He had 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs against the Mobiles. Against the Range Riders, only 3 earned runs. That can change in 1 good swing of the bat from Millen. That one called the ball up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here to Jake Millen. Batting .254 on the season is Jake. Two, 2-out pitch. Also outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Range Riders doing a great job rallying up the pitch count. It's at 25. Again, they did that great yesterday in innings 1 and 2. Not so much in the next, well, the rest of the game. 3-2, 2-out pitch with 2 on. Flared foul again. That one heading fairly hard towards the cars behind home plate. Look out. Three, 2-out pitch once more. Swung on to right field. Backing up is O'Hara. He gets to the track. He leaps and can't make the grab. One across, two across. Jake Millen, gimme third, young man. It's a 2 RBI triple for Jake Millen, and the Range Riders lead 4-1. Millen's third triple of the season. He leads the Range Riders in that category. Conversation happening between Persky and Radke right now. Again, this is a starting pitcher for the Boise Hawks who was all over the Glacier Range Riders the first time they matched up, and the Range Riders, thanks to a very clutch three-bagger by Millen, empties the bases and gives the Range Riders a 3-run lead. Range Riders had 3 weeks to stew on the shutdown that he had versus them, and the most convincing Boise victory of the week. It was the bounce back after the Range Riders won 23-4 over Boise in the opening matchup in Idaho State Capitol. But now Ryan Radke is on the back rope. This season, he has a 5.96 ERA, a 2-0 record, 25 2/3 innings, 18 Ks, and a 1.64 WHIP. First pitch coming in to Tommy Rover. He hits it hard up the middle, and he scores the run. It's a base knock, the 5th of the contest for the Range Riders, the 5th in this first inning. It is 5-1 Glacier. Tommy Rover RBI knock. Casey Murray, the final Range Rider batter to get to see home today. Stepping up now to the plate, batting in the 9 hole. Can he pass it off for Ashworth to have his second AB of the inning? First pitch hit. It's a strike near the bottom of the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Game 2 of 5 here last night. Game 1 won by Boise 3-1. The Range Riders have already surpassed Boise's scoring total from last night as this one's hit up the middle, and it just gets through. Casey Murray, a non-RBI single. And Kyle Ashworth for the second time today, and the second time in this inning, steps to the plate. At what point, if you're Boise, do you start considering getting somebody warmed up? He's only thrown 30 pitches. The fatigue is not the standard, but both these starting pitchers have had time in the Northwoods League, and in the Northwoods League they have a rule, partially because they don't want colleges to get mad at them for overusing pitchers, but they have a rule: if you throw 35 or more pitches in an inning, you have to exit the game. You can't stay in the contest if you've thrown over 35 pitches, because that is kind of a threshold where you're really asking a guy to throw a lot and not a lot of time. This one tapped down the first base line. Should be enough to end the frame as Califoot has his foot on the bag to end the bottom of the first. The Range Riders explode for 5 runs on Ryan Radke and lead 5-1 as we head to the second.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Joey Califoot leads us off here. Top of the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Devin Doyle. Califoot, Meyer, and Grant. As I believe the pitch comm needs to be swapped. Doyle asking about it. Now getting it tucked back into the hat. Obviously, a thing that in a lot of ways speeds up the pace of play. Every once in a while when there's a technological error, slows it down for a brief moment. First pitch up and away to Califoot. Califoot is third year in the league. 7 home runs. Near the top of this team. 65 ribbies. 1-0 pitch to the first baseman. That one misses inside. Not by much, but it did. 2-0. Right over the heart of the plate. It's interesting for Devin Doyle is when he was at Kirkwood Community College, which is a really solid JUCO level program in Iowa, he was used mostly as a relief option. This one hit hard out to center field. Murray darting in and makes the grab. Good read by Murray to be out there and on time. Grabbed that ball that came pretty hard off the bat near 100. At Grandview especially, also continued to be used out of the pen. Short relief role, only going a little bit over an inning on average per outing. The year before his first year at Grandview, it was about 2 innings per outing that he was used as. But it was this summer versus Duluth when he was called upon to be a starter for the Duluth Huskies, and man, did he answer. Really good stuff in 41 innings pitched for the Duluth Huskies and a 2.85 ERA. That was really his earn the pro contract moment. 37 Ks, just 13 walks for Doyle in his time in Minnesota. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Second team All Heart of America Conference this past year. Ball outside. 2-1 into Logan Meyer, another NAIA guy down at Ottawa in Arizona. Called a strike. Count goes to 2-2. Other schools in the HAAC. Baker, Benedictine, Central Methodist, Clark, Culver, Stockton, Graceland, Grandview. As this one hit through the hole on the left side of the infield. Base knock. It's also Mid-American Nazarene, Missouri Baptist, Missouri Valley, Mount Mercy, Park, Peru State, St. Ambrose, William Penn, and William Woods. Not all of those obviously sponsor baseball. But that's your taste of the clubs that Doyle could have faced. First pitch low and away. Count goes to 1-0. Called strike. Outer cut. So Wyatt Grant up at the plate. Grant batting .328 on the season, his 51st appearance, 9 home runs, 58 RBIs. Those 9 home runs lead the team. Called a strike as well. Grant asks a question, but that question is not, can I challenge? Count goes to 1-2. Check on Meyer over there. Meyer, 10 stolen bases on the year, one of 3 starters today in double-figure steals, alongside Michael O'Hara and Ethan Underwood. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the second, fouled off. Outside. Grandview joined the Heart of America Athletic Conference in 2015, along with William Penn. Been a member of there since. Just outside. It's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming in to Wyatt Grant, the catcher for Boise. Fouled it off, stays alive. Losing the likes of Doyle and many others, Grandview had a little bit of a rebuilding year maybe this year. 22-20, their record in 2026. Obviously, Doyle finished up with them as the runner's going. It's ball 4. Last year, what a phenomenal campaign the Vikings put together. 38-14 overall. They only lost 2 games at home, which is just staggering. Michael O'Hara steps up. He is a Range Rider killer. Just last night, one of those specific examples where he had a 2-run home run over the left field fence. That was the difference in a 3-1 win. Downstairs, it's 2-0. Doyle issuing that walk, and that was the thing that he did so great last Thursday night, was he had 0 free passes allowed. But now a runner on, and when the Range Riders have struggled over the past week specifically, walks have been a cursed part of it. And it is 3-0. To Michael O'Hara, batting .382. 8 home runs, 45 RBIs. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. That last one was kind of close. The first 3 weren't particularly close. And a conversation needed on the bump. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the Range Riders, who built a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Right now, 1 good swing from Jeremy Pietkevich away from allowing the Boise Hawks right back into it. Right now, as you think about the standings, Range Riders are just clinging on to some playoff possibilities. Mathematically, still very much alive, and it would take until at least Sunday for them to be totally mathematically eliminated. Actually, a little bit longer than that. So it's still certainly a Range Rider team that is alive mathematically, but the direct second half playoff berths is going to be very difficult. They're going to need to essentially win the wide majority of remaining contests. This at-bat versus Pietkevich is a big one. Called strike. Good job to get that one right over the plate and make the count 0-1. Boise, however, right now 1 game out of a playoff spot, just 1 game back in Missoula. They're rooting aggressively for the Long Beach Coast this week. The Boise Hawks are. Count goes to 1-1. Range Riders, in this weird, twisted sort of fashion, can help out their biggest rival, Missoula, as this one is hit towards center field. Should be enough for a sacrifice fly. It is exactly that. Meyer scores. It's 5-2. Not the worst possible outcome at all. You'll take that, especially considering the situation. Bases loaded. And 2 outs. And now let's see what we get from another runners on the corner situation from a Boise Hawks squad who has scored twice from this situation over the past 2 days. Range Riders, honestly, especially considering the 5-run bottom of the inning, allowing the 1 run and still getting the out on the double steal attempt in the top of the inning. That was certainly something the Range Riders were okay with biting. This is a little bit different situation because if there is an attempted steal of second and you get that out, the tag of O'Hara before the run crosses, then the run does not count. And O'Hara would know that. And if they're really going to be a small ball team, he might purposely get caught and get into a rundown and allow Grant a chance to run. However, Grant is not the fastest character. And it's not shade on him. He has 3 stolen bases in 50 games, so certainly not built with a ton of speed. He's a catcher. It's going to be what it's going to be. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Hara, meanwhile, does have really good speed on first base. And so you don't want to necessarily risk him getting caught if you try a true steal. But with 18 stolen bases on the year, if you get him to second, here's 2 in scoring position for Murillo, who's 1 for 1 today. The 2-1, 2-out pitch with runners on the corners. Popped it up. Will it stay in play? Ashworth working over, and he leaps over the barrier and I think took a hard crash into it. Just running out of room. And now coming up a little bit slow. I think he's coming up slow more because he's bummed he didn't make that play rather than an actual injury risk. He gives the thumbs up. Count goes to 2-2. 2 outs, top of the 2nd inning. Runner on 3rd in Grant, runner on 1st in O'Hara. It was bases loaded, 1 out, and a sacrifice fly came from it. 5-2, certainly a score the Range Riders would love to get to the bottom of the 2nd with. The 2-2 pitch hit on the ground is foul towards 3rd. Range Riders currently on a 4-game losing streak dating back to last Friday night. The last time they won a contest, it was Devin Doyle's start on Thursday. The 2-2, runners going. It's a ball low and away, no throw. Possible for Ratfield to have a decent chance to get O'Hara. And again, that might have been something the Range Riders would have bit the bullet on, even if it was a possible throw to make to second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch in to Murillo. Hit on the ground, right towards short, absorbed by Garner, and the throw is high. It is down on the bag in time. Your heart skipped a beat if you were a Range Rider fan on that one, but instead, 2 are stranded in scoring position, and it's 5-2 Glacier headed to the bottom of the 2nd.
In 1858, one man's ingenuity sparked a legacy. When Henry Ward Johns set out to rethink roofing, he built something that would last. That spirit carried forward in 1901, when Johns joined forces with Charles Manville, creating Johns Manville. For more than 160 years, through challenge and change, innovation and resilience have defined who we are. Today, backed by Berkshire Hathaway, Johns Manville is trusted in the commercial roofing industry with systems built to perform.
Welcome back in. Bottom of the second inning. Logan Beard leads us off. He had a well-struck ball up the middle after a great AB in inning number 1. This is going to be the question for the Range Riders offense. Can they turn a good 1 inning into a good 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond inning? Can they keep the pressure on? Because we've seen them have great starts and turn it off. Last night, an indication of that. And I know there were no runs in the first 2 innings, but they had a great start. They loaded it up with 1 out, 2 innings in a row. Saw a lot of pitches. They saw 32 in the first inning here. Can they chase a starter out of the contest quickly? Count goes to 1-2. Logan Beard up at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. It is called strike 3. Beard watches it nearly dead center. Donovan Ratfield steps up. Ratfield, despite a 5-run inning, he was one of the rare outs. He flied out to right field. Ball outside. Tell you what, by far, Ratfield and Ashworth are number 1A and 1B on the list for the Range Riders most improved from last season. As Ratfield, that one heading to left field, back to the track, and it is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Donovan Ratfield on cue continues to improve on last year's rookie campaign. And for Donnie Rat, that's home run number 9 and RBI number 62 in 2026. Didn't come off the bat super hard, but he saw it over the heart of the plate, chopped at it, 351 feet down the left field line. Brock Vredenberg stepped up. He loaded the bases when he was last up to bat by earning a walk. That's the at-bat you want to see from Ratfield to continue to keep that pressure on around Tripper. As Ratfield sees that one miss, and the count goes to 2-0. Range Riders have done everything but double in today's contest. They've had a couple singles, a triple, now a home run, as it's 3-0. Also walked. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second. .30 is another walk to Brock.
Number 8, Carson Garner.
Carson Garner steps up. Garner 0 for 1, grounded into the fielder's choice, but his hustle down the first base line opened the door for what followed. First pitch, a ball into Garner, and the count goes to 1-0. Radke showed control issues the first time he faced the Glacier Range Riders, and today hasn't been much different. That is his second walk, both of them of Vredenberg. He's also not helped himself out, falling behind in some counts. Fouled off, count goes to 1-1. Just trying to find that punch-out pitch is Ryan Radke, a guy who started his career similarly to Devin Doyle at the JUCO level at Los Medanos College in Pittsburgh, California. Also went to Solano Community College in Fairfield, California. And then, similarly to, as this one's cranked to right field, it's a hard line out. 103 off the bat, and tough to see Garner not get rewarded for that one. It is a line out for out number 2. Up comes Carson Hornung, 1 for 1 with a single through into right field. But again, like Doyle, a guy that after JUCO level went to the NAIA. He played for Jamestown, which, as many know, is in North Dakota. Oh, and called a strike. Tough sledding for Hornung to see that pitch that maybe was actually high in the zone get called. Hornung hits it foul down the left field line. Count goes to 0-2. Obviously, probably really difficult to have a baseball program in Jamestown, North Dakota. The weather is not going to be kind to you when you're trying to start your preseason. So just like Doyle pitched his 2025 year in Jamestown, as this one's tapped over to first, the grab, and then needs to flip it to Radke. Good job by Califoot to get off that bag in time to be able to get the out. It's 17 pitches thrown by Radke that inning, and Donnie Rat hits home run number 9 on the campaign. We'll be right back.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome back. Top of the 3rd inning here. Glacier Range Riders currently with a 6-2 lead over the Boise Hawks. Ethan Underwood now steps up to the plate. First pitch will come in from Devin Doyle. It's a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Ethan Underwood had a bunt single his last time up. Strike makes the count 1-1. Ooh, that one almost got the foot of Underwood. This one on the backhand by Logan Beard. Throw to first on target in time. Out number 1. Hit hard at 105. Good job by Beard to collect. So smooth when he has that backhand on his body. 1 out, top of the 3rd inning. Up comes Scott Campbell. He is 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Called strike into Scott Campbell. Home plate umpires liking those high strikes a little bit. That's the same one that Hornan got called against him. Ball makes a 1-on-1. And now it's 1-2. Ooh, a challenge. And that's a good challenge because that was a bad strike call. One for one on challenges now as Boise is Scott Campbell. Said not so fast. That one makes it 3-1. Count's full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Campbell takes a time. Hammered to right center field. Backing up Ashworth. He will watch it fall off the base of the wall. The throw off target to second base. It's a double off the fence and up to the plate. Now steps Ryan Russillo. Russillo 0 for 1 today. He has a strikeout swinging against Doyle. Called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Tapped into the ground and up. Count goes to 1-2. One out pitch with a runner on second. Ball outside, 2-2. 6-2 lead right now. Campbell on second. The 2-2 pitch hit. Late swing and fouls it off. Hit on the ground towards short. Fielded by Garner and thrown to first on target. Out number 2, Campbell advances to third base. Joseph Califoot now steps up. For 1, Califoot, and he sees a first pitch strike. Count goes 0-1. Can Doyle erase the possibility of a run for the third straight inning. Ooh, I just got a whiff of popcorn, I think. Making its way into the booth. That sounds really good right about now. Smells really good right about now. Some popcorn. 1-1 2-out pitch. Up and away. Doyle hasn't quite had the command of the strike zone that we saw from him in his first start, where he got dinged on some hits, but he didn't fall behind a ton. It's been a little bit more sketchy to find the strike zone for him. This one out towards center. Murray coming in, and the catch is made. Good range there by Murray to be able to make sure a goose egg stays on the scoreboard in the third. It's 6-2. Range Riders lead.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Innovation has always been at the core of Johns Manville. From advanced testing labs to real-world job sites, we rethink what roofing can deliver. Through science, precision engineering, and decades of real-world experience, we engineer commercial roofing systems that deliver lasting performance. At Johns Manville, innovation means listening, learning, and building solutions that meet today's needs while preparing for what's next. This is progress with purpose.
Welcome back in. Glacier Range Riders with a 6-2 lead here, and a man with the 2 RBI triple his last time up steps to the plate. It's Jake Millen. Next pitch will be the 50th for Ryan Radke, who was made to work in inning number 1 through 32 pitches. Only 17, as that one is correctly called a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Only threw 17 last inning, now obviously 1 in this frame. Doyle's been made to work as well. In inning number 2, he threw 30, but minimized the damage, got out of it, as that one's a ball to make it 2-0. Range Riders have 65 right now on Doyle. Would love to get him through 5, get him in line possibly for another professional victory. But obviously that pitch count pretty high right now. Higher than you'd want it to be. That one teed off on. Foul ball. Count goes to 2-1. Senior season for Radke at the University of Jamestown. They had a pretty solid year. As that one's called a ball, and it's 3-1. This spring, they were way let off. 13-36. But when Radke was there, they went 32-18. I don't think they had any matchups, despite not being too far away from Iowa. Don't think they had any matchups. They played, funny enough, Ottawa, where Logan Meyer was. Swing and a miss, a strikeout of Jake Millen. However, despite a solid season at 32-18, the Jimmies did not make it past the first game of the NSAA tournament. They lost to La Sierra University 4-3, and that was the end of their campaign and the end of the college career of Ryan Radke. Swing and miss, maybe a scrape. Count goes to 1-1. Probably one of the heartbreaking things for Radke is he did not pitch in that game. Inside to Tommy Rover. Rover, an RBI single that scored Jake Millen his last time up. Ball 3. It's 3-1. Ball 4, walk issued to Rover. Warm-up starting to get going in the pen for the Boise Hawks right now. Yeah, the 3 years that Doyle was at Grandview, I don't have him facing off against Jamestown at all, despite them, again, not being separated by that much in the big scheme of things. Flinch of the bat. Home plate umpire said it was in the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Ball outside to Murray. Murray, base knock that just squeaked through up the middle his last time up. The drive time from Jamestown, North Dakota to Des Moines, Iowa, where Grandview is, only 8.5 hours, which if you're from Montana, that doesn't seem like much. Maybe others have a different opinion on it. Rover slides back into first. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, they wouldn't have met at the JUCO level either because Ryan Radke played his JUCO ball in California, which plays separately than the national JUCO conference or level. National Junior College Athletic Association, I believe the NJCAA. Both the California JUCOs and the Northwest Athletic Conference, the NWAC, are separate. They do not play the national tournaments with the NJCAA. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes for Casey Murray. Murray batting 200 in 7 games played. Showing some good range in center field today, that's for sure. Helping out Doyle, his pitcher. This one into shallow center field. Not enough to get a base hit. Campbell moves in and easily under it for round number 2. Ashworth steps up, 1 for 2. It's Kyle Ashworth. Radke pitch count right now is even with that of Doyle. So whatever Ashworth can do will extend the kind of game within the game, the starting pitcher pitch count battle in favor of Glacier. First pitch will be seen as a strike into Ash. Bottom of the 3rd here, 6-2 Glacier. As that one misses. Across 2 seasons at Jamestown. 9-4 record, 3.57 ERA. As that one is an expanded strike zone on Ashworth. Technically, the first pitch missed the zone inside. That one missed the zone outside. Both of those were called strikes. Tough sledding for Ash. Hit on the ground and grabbed by Murillo, who taps second for out number 3. We head to the 4th. Range Riders lead by 4. over Boise.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Innovation has always been at the core of Johns Manville. From advanced testing labs to real-world job sites, we rethink what roofing can deliver. Through science, precision engineering, and decades of real-world experience, we engineer commercial roofing systems that deliver lasting performance. At Johns Manville, innovation means listening, learning, and building solutions that meet today's needs while preparing for what's next. This is progress with purpose.
Welcome back in. Glacier Range Riders make a pitching change here on the bump. Cole Crescent into the contest. Crescent takes over for Devin Doyle. I'll talk about his line in a moment. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Just 1 strikeout and the 2 walks, which were a hiccup obviously from the 0 free passes he gave up last Thursday. But overall, it was a solid bend don't break approach. At 65 pitches, he exits the contest. And firing a first pitch strike is Cole Crescent. Crescent on the season, a 6.75 ERA. His 3rd appearance out of the pen, his 13th overall, a 1-4 record for Cress. Downstairs, count goes to 1-1. Cole Crescent out of Mandeville, Louisiana. The 1-1. Fouled off, it's 1-2. Sky high fly to right field. Ashworth has already tested that barrier once, and this time he wins the battle. He hammered into that barrier, but he was unmitigated by potential disaster once again and able to make the play and foul ground for out number 1. Crescent, University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawk in his collegiate career. 4 seasons with Louisiana Monroe. First pitch, a ball. Strike. Count goes to 1-1. Obviously, Crescent comes from very good genes. His dad, Jack Crescent, a former big leaguer, pitched a total of 122 games from 2000 to 2004 with the Minnesota Twins, as well as Cleveland. Career ERA of 4.20 in those 160 2/3 innings pitched. So it's hard to learn from anybody better than that. This one laced to short into the glove of Carson Garner. 2 gone. His dad, Jack, also a product from Mandeville. Went to Mandeville High School, and from there went to Tulane University. started his collegiate career when he went into the Boston Red Sox organization. 21 years old, went to Lowell, Massachusetts to play for what was then known as the Lowell Spinners. I believe they're a summer collegiate team now. From there, he went to Sarasota, Trenton, New Jersey. Then went to the Twins organization where they played in New Britain, I believe in Connecticut. There's a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Even had a stint not too far from here, north of here. In 2001, playing in AAA with the Edmonton Trappers. Back when there was AAA baseball up in Canada. I know the Mariners AAA affiliate used to be in Calgary. Now, of course, only Canadian minor league team in affiliated ball, as this one's out towards the left. Backing up is Millen, stopping and making the grab for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Range Riders 6, Boise 2.
Need a space that offers both a place to dine and an area to mingle in style? Book the Hideaway and Corner Suite at Glacier Bank Park. You and up to 50 guests will enjoy full catering services in the Hideaway, and incredible mountain views and comfortable furnishings in the luxury Corner Suite. This versatile combination offers a space to dine and a place to relax, creating the perfect arrangement for guests looking to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Ryan Radke out for another frame of work. Radke is at 69 pitches. 32 pitches thrown in the first, 17 in the second, and 20 last frame. So the Range Riders have kept the pressure up on him. Logan Beard, a single. His last time up and a run scored. And this one hammered to left field. Backing up is Meyer. Does it have too much on it? Is it fair? Is it foul? It's a foul ball. 351 feet. It was further than the Ratfield home run, but according to our umpire, it did not wrap around that pole. And the count goes to 0-1. The 0-1 now, and Beard after nearly going long. Upstairs, 1-1. Nobody warming up in the pen. I'm just a little bit fascinated by that, just because he's getting up there in pitch count, and you're seeing the guys still connect well with it. I mean, Garner had that hard fly out a couple innings ago. It just seems like one where things can certainly get worse for Radke. So I'd rather have an option ready. Fouled off. 2-2 is the count. Upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Range Riders scored 5 in the first, 1 in the second. Swing and a miss. Beard turned down. 1 out, bottom of the 4th.
Now batting number 5, Don Bradley.
Ratfield, home run, his last time up. Over the left field fence. 9th home run of the season for Donnie Rat. Looking for double figures for the Range Rider catcher. Stats are very good. 343 batting average. On base percentage at 437. This one into shallow right field. Hanging up there enough for O'Hara to collect it. And there's 2 gone. The bottom of the 4th.
Now batting number 16, Brock Greenberg.
Brock Freidenberg up to the plate. 0 for 0. He has not been offered a pitch that he's wanted to hit. Fouls off the first one on a low, would have been strike. A 1, 2 outs. Call the ball. It's 1-1. Did he go? I don't think he did. Third base umpire agrees with me. 2 balls, 1 strike. Radke at 80 pitches now. Hammer to left center field, working over. The dive is not going to get there. Gets past him, and Vredenberg will charge for third. The throw coming in, and it's Brock Vredenberg with a triple. A big fella, exhausted on the carpet. Hanging on to that bag for dear life. The layout by Campbell there, I don't think he had much of a chance at it. I don't know why he was laying out. Second triple of the day for the Glacier Range Riders as Wyatt Grant wants to talk with his pitcher. Hit it well at 91 and put it in that gap. It's probably a single if Campbell just bites the bullet on it and takes a good angle. Instead, he has opened the door for a base knock by Garner to be able to cross another run for the Glacier Range Riders. Conversation over. Two-out pitch coming into Garner. Fouls off the first pitch. Count goes to 0-1. Best winning percentage in a jersey this year is the one the Range Riders are wearing. Not that it really means anything other than like maybe superstition, but the Range Riders are 3-1. That's a 75% win percentage in this jersey. This one towards the gap in left center field. Campbell moving over. He dives for that one and can't make the catch. RBI double from Carson Garner after 2 straight back-to-back extra base hits. 101 off the bat. Had some giddy up on it getting out to Campbell in left center field. 7-2 Range Riders lead. Range Riders, the clutch bats they missed out on, especially in the early going yesterday. They found them today. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Range Riders up 7-2. Hornung, a pitch inside, and it's 1-0 on Carson Hornung. He's 1 for 2, an RBI single. Back in the first inning. Last time up versus Radke, he grounded out. In the zone, 1-1. One, 2 out pitch with the runner on second. Hit towards second. Backhand by Pietkevich. And the throw to first ends the inning. Well, it's a 2-out triple by Bradenberg. Garner followed it up with a double, and it's 7-2. Glacier in front.
Be smart about your alcohol consumption. Be responsible and be respectful of others. Alcohol sales.
At Johns Manville, it's always been about people, the people who design the systems, the people who build them, and the people who depend on them to perform every day. That's why we approach commercial roofing with care, collaboration, and respect for what's at stake. Because every roof protects more than a building. It protects people, livelihoods, and peace of mind. That's the responsibility we stand behind. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Jeremy Pietkevich leads us off. Top of the 5th inning. Cole Crescent back out there for another inning of work. There's a ball. Count goes to 2-0. In the zone. 2-1. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Outside. Pietkevich, his first time up. Sac fly to center field. That was part of a really good situation escaped by Doyle to minimize the damage. It was bases loaded, 1 out. Nobody was across. And he got a sacrifice fly and then an out to get out of the inning. Cole Crescent back to the mitt. And to first base for out number 1. Hit hard off the bat, but into the ground and slowed it enough for Crescent to have a clean beat on it. Louisiana Monroe Warhawk. Just going to be honest, I don't know where Monroe is in regards to the rest of Louisiana, or at least the Louisiana I kind of know, New Orleans. So let's go on a road trip here. Monroe, Louisiana. To New Orleans, that's quite a ways away. Monroe's in upstate. Kind of near Ruston, where Louisiana Tech is located. 0-2 pitch coming in. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Diego Murillo. It's a 3-pitch strikeout. 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. So from Mandeville, it's going to be a little bit shorter of a drive than the 4.5-hour drive it takes to get from New Orleans. It's 4 hours and 3 minutes right now if you were to go from Mandeville to Monroe. So still a decent distance it takes to get to his college town as Underwood hits it hard, but Vredenberg easily gets to the bag in time. It's 6 up, 6 down from Cole Crescent on just 21 pitches. We head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home. Range Riders up 5.
Range Riders fans, Glacier Bank Park offers a variety of suites to accommodate groups of all sizes, from small gatherings to parties of up to 65 people. The balcony views and exclusive services create a premium experience for celebrations, reunions, and outings of all kinds. Enjoy the convenience and comfort of your private space, breathtaking Montana scenery, and high-level action on the field, while our dedicated hospitality team creates an unforgettable experience for you and your family, friends, or business associates.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back in. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. The Glacier Range Riders currently have a 7-2 lead, and the new pitchers into the contest. It's number 40, Cooper Sane. Cooper Sane, product of Cherryville, North Carolina, played at Georgia Southwestern State University to 1-0. Let's get you some trivia here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Range Rider half of the 5th. What should we ask you about today? All right, let's get a little unique. This is going to be a tricky question. 1-1 count. From 1975 through 1978, what team wore numbers on the front left hip of their uniform pants? What baseball team, what MLB team wore numbers on the front left hip of their uniform pants? This one hit by Millen out towards center field. Backing up is O'Hara, gets to the track, and that baby is gone. Goodbye baseball. It's home run number 14 for Jake Millen. That one 386 feet to right center field. Eight to 2, Range Riders in front. Solo jack by Jake Millen. Cooper Sane, welcome into the ball game. Sane on the season. For him, that was his first home run given up in just 10 games pitched now. His ERA was 7.2. It'll go upwards after that. That one floats up and away. Count goes to 1-0. You've had enough time to think on it. The answer for the team that from 1975 through 78 wore numbers on the front left hip of their pants. The answer is the Houston Astros. Do I have any explanation other than that? No. It's a 4-3 put out for out number 1. All right, maybe I'll give you an easier one, though, because that one's kind of tricky. Unless you knew it, you probably didn't know. As Casey Murray steps up. Which team was the first one to begin the practice of honoring a player by retiring his uniform number? The team did it. I mean, the clue might give it away, but I'm going to let you think on it first. As the count's 0-1 on Casey Murray, who's 1 for 2. What team was the first one to begin the practice of honoring a player by retiring his uniform number? Inside to Murray. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, I'll give you a little bit more time to think on it, and then I'll give you a year. I think the year will probably give it away. If you really, maybe we won't. Oh, or 1-1. Called a strike. ABS would have flipped it. It just missed outside. The year was 1939. And yes, it is because of an ailing legend, Lou Gehrig, and the New York Yankees is the correct answer. Count goes to 2-2. Congratulations to you if you got that right. After the 1939, I'm assuming the real baseball nuts were able to get that one. Those are your trivia questions for the day. Stuck to baseball on this one. Hit over to short. Fielded by Murillo. Throw across is just in time to get out Murray. Hit it well at 95. Just right at Murillo. Before that Millen home run, and it was pointed out to me by one of our OG fans, Cody White, who actually was the first guest on the broadcast all the way back, game number 1, or maybe it was 2. He hopped on here because he had a YouTube video where he was talking about the Range Riders logo when they unveiled their branding. But he must be in attendance because he was the one that pointed out to me, before that hit from Millen, at the end of the 4th inning, the Range Riders had 9 hits, 1 from each player. It is very rare that you get that happening where everybody is completely the exact, not the exact same, because obviously a home run, a triple, whatever is a different contribution than others, but everybody has a contribution of a hit. That is a very unique stat line to see. And before I could even mention it, when Jake Millen bashed the home run, then he broke it up. So now it's 1 hit from everybody and 2 from Millen. And 7 total bases from Jake Millen as well. There's a ball up and away on an 0-2 pitch. This one over towards third, fielded by Russillo. And the throw to first is out number 3. Jake Millen goes yard for the 14th time this season. And the Range Riders grow their lead to 8-2. We head to the 6th. Welcome in. It's the top of the 6th inning. Cole Crescent down for another frame of work. Cole Crescent has looked good through the first 2. 6 up, 6 down, and now you'll see Scott Campbell for the first time. Scott Campbell, a double and a ground out. 8-2, Range Riders lead here. First pitch zips into the strike zone, and it's 0-1. Also in the zone, Scott Campbell finished his career at the University of Kentucky, a preseason All-American, 4th team All-American, and a first-team All-Big South member the year prior. That's the reason why he had high expectations coming into Kentucky. A lot of different stops in his collegiate career. Chattanooga State Community College, Charleston Southern, where he did not make an appearance. He just redshirted. USC Upstate, had a .388 batting average there. And then Kentucky, where he finished out his collegiate career. Did play 45 games for the Wildcats, had 3 home runs. 2 out of 3 of those home runs were grand slams. So, go figure. Hit by pitch numbers were high, which is on brand for Boise. It's a squad that has no problem getting aboard via the HBP. This one hit through the hole on the left side of the infield. Base knock by Campbell. First batter to get aboard. Up steps Ryan Ruscio. Ruscio ground out and a strikeout for him. Doyle, the final line for him, I don't know if I ever said it completely. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs both earned, 1 strikeout and 2 walks. Did not pitch the necessary 5 innings to get a winning decision. Hopefully, health-wise, he's okay. Because that's what you maybe think about when he's only on 65 pitches when he exited the contest. The 1-0. Popped it up. Logan Beard makes the grab. And there's 1 out. Joey Califoot stepping up. Califoot, already mentioned last night, a product of Edgewood College, Division III school in Madison, Wisconsin. Califoot's final season there was 2023. He's been on a journey ever since. Spent the summer in 2023 with the Eastside Diamond Hoppers in the USPBL. Then came out to Boise the next summer in his 3rd season with the Hawks. Count goes to 2-0 for Califoot. This season, his best season by far as a pro baller. 374 clip in 66 games. Was not with the team in late July due to playing with the Polish national team. This one out towards left field. Playable for Millen. And a grab is made for out number 2. Originally from Columbus, Wisconsin, is Califoot. As Logan Meyer, the Billings, Montana native, steps to the plate. First pitch in the zone from Cole Crescent. A 1. Bluff of the bat, they ask, no. Eye contact asked for by the home plate umpire. Got to be locked in. Ready for the batter, all set and everything by 9 seconds on the pitch clock. Runners going to right field. Ashworth keyed in on for out number 3. Hit hard at 96 to him, but right to him. And Campbell gets aboard on a hit. That's all she wrote in the top of the 6th. 8-2, Glacier with the lead.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
At Johns Manville, what we build starts with who we are. We are people champions, listening first, putting customers and teams at the center of every decision. We're driven by passion, always going the extra mile, always pushing ideas further. We perform, setting higher standards, delivering stronger results, and creating lasting value. And we protect our people, our customers, and the world around us, today and for generations to come.
Welcome back. It is Logan Beard, Donovan Ratfield, and Brock Vredenberg due up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cooper Sane allowed the solo home run, but then went 3 up, 3 down after that, fouled off. Count goes to 0-1. Final line for the starter Radke, 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. That's a whip on the day of 3.0 for Radke. Compared to the whip for Doyle, which was at 2.0. He flirted with some danger, but got out of it. But Radke, who survived danger against him the first start against the Range Riders, not so lucky here in the Flathead Valley. 0-2, no outs. Skips in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Warm-ups going on in the pen as a right-hander is getting going for the Range Riders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th here. Way upstairs. Upstairs again. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In terms of quality at-bats today, Range Riders have had a really good approach at the plate. Much improved from the middle portion of the contest yesterday. For Logan Beard. It's another quality AB for him as he fouls it off. Does have 2 strikeouts his past 2 times up, but a base knock his first trip, where he hit a hard grounder up the middle. And this one's a hard rip to left center field. Extra bases for Logan Beard as he will move into second base with a double. Range Riders just 1 extra base hit yesterday. They have certainly flipped that script here in this contest. For Glacier, that is their 6th extra base hit of the day. 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. one of the long balls. This man, Donovan Ratfield, hit his 9th of the season. He is 1 for 3. 2 flyouts to right field as well, and the first pitch in the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Oh, 1. Opposite side. Green light to send. Oh, stop sign. Initial green light for Murph, but then realized, hey, no outs. Don't push it, especially when O'Hara fielded it cleanly out there in right field. That's a good stop sign from Murph. Runners on the corners with nobody out for Brock Vredenberg, a triple his last time up. Vredenberg 2 walks and the 3-bagger. For Brock Vredenberg, that was the first triple of his season. First pitch misses. The count goes to 1-0. This one hammered to right center field, moving over, not going to be able to make the grab. Vredenberg turns to head for second. Beards home easily. It's a stand-up double for Brock Vredenberg, and the Range Riders lead 9-2. Ratfield goes first to third on it. Another well-pelted ball at 103 off the bat of the Range Rider first baseman. Beard is pushed across on his inning starting double. Carson Garner, 1 hit for him today. He has a double to left center field. The last triple that Brock Vredenberg hit was last year. He had 3 triples in Beloit for the Sky Carp. And the year before, he had 2 triples, 1 in Beloit, 1 in Jupiter. And at Michigan State, his senior year there, final year there, he had 4 triples. I told you when he came in, like, he's not a guy that you would think is super fast, but he's got the ability to move. He's a big dude, but, I mean, he's kind of got that tight end speed, you know, where maybe it takes a little slower to rev up. You know, I don't even know exactly what, but once he gets moving, like when he was on that triple, rounded second, I wouldn't want to be in his way. This is through on the left side for a base knock, a stop sign for Vredenberg at third. It is 10-2 Glacier. RBI single by Garner, and Ratfield scores. Range Riders in double digits. Carson Hornung steps up. Nobody out here. And Sane just left stranded out there on the bump. Conversation happening on the mound. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Is this the day for Sane? That's going to be the question. Maybe they'll give him one more batter before bringing in the right-hander warming up. Warning will be given to Cooper Sane. That's the first pitch. Count goes to 1-0. Due up next is Jake Millen, who had a home run off him, so I'm assuming they're not going to give Millen to him. Let's check in the league scoreboard for the first time today. The biggest result, the Range Riders won. As Garner's running this one sky high to right field. Backing up is O'Hara. He'll stop near the track and make the grab. Easy run scored for Vredenberg, a sacrifice fly. It is Glacier 11, Boise 2. Jake Millen steps up. Round tripper for Jake. And are they going to give Cooper Sain, Jake Mill? Persky, top foot on the top step. It looks like it'll be Jake Millen to step into the left-handed batter's box and see the pitch from the tall right-hander as he tried to pummel it, foul ball. All right, biggest result Range Riders are rooting for is Missoula to lose. If Missoula loses, the Range Riders, that helps them tonight. If the Range Riders win and Missoula wins, that's very good news for Missoula. Runners going. Swung on, fouled off into the dugout. And that one might have taken a piece out of a Boise Hawk there. They seem fairly unfazed from it. (0-2), 1 out.
It's over.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Garner at first base. He's tried to steal a couple times, but every time has been restricted by either a foul ball or a flyout. Ooh, he cranked that one. A lookout. Foul ball. That's 105 off the bat. Get out of the way. (0-2), 1 out. Pitch will come in to Jake Millen. Pitch taken for a ball. Count goes to 1-2. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2. 1 out. Garner on first. Runners going again. It's a swing and a foul. Just got a piece of it. Millen, one of a handful of Range Riders with multiple hits today. Donovan Ratfield has a home run as well as a single. Carson Garner has 2 hits now. Millen, Vredenberg, and Logan Beard all have 2 hits now. It's a triple and a double for Brock Vredenberg, but of course it's a triple and a homer for Jake Millen, and a swing and a miss. He's punched out, and there's 2 gone. Two outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Tommy Rover steps up. Like every other Range Rider in the starting lineup, he's at least on the score sheet with a hit. Garner still on first. Floats in there and misses. It's 1-0. All right, I was talking about the scoreboard at some point as, I think they're going to ask about an injury here. As that one came in 68 miles per hour from Sain, which is much slower than you expect him to pitch. And obviously, it seemed like they were giving him more work, but that one clearly he was off on. And this might be a situation where they bring him out. Athletic trainer Andrew Gong out to check on him. All right, well, now we can really talk about the scoreboard. Billings leads Great Falls 4-0. That is a good result for the Glacier Range Riders. Yuba Sutter leads Ogden 8-2. That's a good result for the Glacier Range Riders. Idaho Falls leads Red Pocket 9-6. That's a game that really doesn't matter for the Glacier Range Riders. Oakland leads Modesto 4-0. That really doesn't matter either. The big scoreline is Missoula leading Long Beach 2-0. Every win for the Missoula Paddleheads, especially over the Long Beach coast, inches them closer and closer to possibly being the 4th and final team in the playoff picture. Modesto is closing in on ensuring that they're the 3rd team in the playoff picture, as it looks like Cooper Sain's okay. They're going to keep him out there. Magic number for Modesto, as this one is cranked to shallow right field. Will he get down? Yes, it will. Tommy Rover's got himself a second hit of the contest. Range Riders just keep on keeping on. Garner goes first to third with 2 outs. He was running, and it is the end of the day here for Cooper Sane. New pitcher will step into the contest. Like I said, Modesto magic number is down to 11 for the Roadsters. They can clinch as early as next Tuesday. That would be a combination of 11 Modesto wins or 11 Boise losses. Any combination of Modesto wins and Boise losses that add up to 11 would ensure a clinch for the Roadsters. Long Beach, the big thing is if Missoula beats Long Beach, they go 4 games clear of the coast in the second half, and that really erases the chance of a rollover playoff spot. The best chance for the Range Riders is to take advantage of every game they got left, and it's hoping that Billings or Long Beach can somehow surge and open the door, that the overall is going to matter. As of right now, it looks like Long Beach is kind of pulling a Missoula, who's used to clinching in the first half, and then they tailspin late in the second, and then they bring that momentum into the playoffs and end up choking in the playoffs, for lack of any other word to describe Missoula having great records and then looking like they don't know how baseball is played once September comes around. New pitcher into the contest, by the way. This is Dom Spinoso. Dom Spinoso, Range Riders' first look at Spinoso. He did not appear in the matchups previously between these squads. Most previously, a member of the Ottawa Titans in the Frontier League. One of the older players in this league in general. 5'9", 190 pounds. Started his career at Baton University before playing at, well, actually, scratch that. Started his career at Fairleigh Dickinson and then started to play at Virginia Wesleyan, which I believe now or at some point was called Baton University. First pitch into Casey Murray is a called strike. This year, last year with Ottawa, he only appeared in 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, had a 0.000 ERA, and this year has a 2-0 record but a 9.3 ERA for Boise. That one's in the zone as well, lower inside corner. Okay, Baton University was formerly Virginia Wesleyan when he was there. A D3 school. 0-2 into Murray from Spinoso. Steps off the rubber. The 0-2 into Murray. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Virginia Wesleyan, known as the Marlins. And they call Virginia Beach, Virginia home. Hit on the ground. Trying to get it up the middle, and that was a sketchy play to make. Why wouldn't you just throw to first? Murillo makes the flip to Pietkevich on a close play at second there to get out Rover for out number 3. Range Riders tally a few more runs in the bottom of the 6th. It is 11-2. Glacier in front.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
Welcome back in. It's the Glacier Range Riders 11, the Boise Hawks 2. New arm onto the bump for the Glacier Range Riders. More than comfortable wearing purple, it's Jared Ingman, former University of Washington Husky. 0-1, no outs, top of the 7th inning. Only a few schools that I could use that for. But nevertheless, an important thing to mention, the former Dog has a 1-1 count. On the season, Jared Ingman, an 8.78 ERA. This is his 9th appearance. Has had injuries throughout the campaign. Ball count goes to 2-1. Sky high to right. Catch made by Ashworth, and there's one gone.
Number 5, Michael O'Hara.
That's a good question, though. When you think of purple, what D1 school is the first school to come to mind for you? First pitch in the zone. I would say Washington, but that's because I'm a Washington fan. I think many would say TCU. If PK were here, he would probably say TCU. But it's hard to overlook LSU as well. Obviously a very solid athletic department in a lot of different sports. Northwestern. You could also make an argument as a school that has really the grip on purple. I think those are the only power conference schools with purple as the main color. 0-2, 1 out, top of the 7th. Carrying out to left center field. That one's going to fall for a base knock. Michael O'Hara has himself a single. And there's 1 out, runner on first. Just the 6th hit of the game by Boise. Jeremy Pietkevich, a sac fly and a ground out, steps up. Okay, I'm forgetting Kansas State University. That's another power conference. Purple. Down there in the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Top of the 7th. First pitch in. Called strike. 0-1. PK did just confirm to me that purple's Count goes to 0-2. There's a couple tertiary schools you can think of as well. I'm thinking of the Evansville Purple Aces, Holy Cross, Furman, and Niagara. Those are some other purple schools that are not the main purple schools. Swing and a miss. And strike 3. Down goes Pietkevich. I think PK wants to know what purple school. James Madison is a major one missed. What purple school has the best secondary color? I think that's what PK wants to get to in this conversation. This one is a fair ball after it hit foul and had a crazy spin on it to get down the first for out number 3. And nearly perfect in purple for Jared Ingman. 11-2, Range Riders up 9. We had the 7th inning stretch. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. It's Kyle Ashworth to lead us off versus Dom Spinoso. 11-2, Glacier Range Riders have the lead on the Boise Hawks. Called strike, 0-1. Range Riders out hitting Boise by the same margin that they are outscoring Boise by 9. Range Riders have 15 hits to 6 by the Hawks. Neither side has committed an error at all in this series. And the score is a 9-run Range Rider advantage. Range Riders just searching for their second victory over the Boise Hawks. One pitch is called a strike, and Kyle Ashworth with a bewildered look back at the home plate umpire, but he bites the bullet. I like that approach. Not a decision pitch. Deal with it later. The 1-2. Hammered by Ashworth, backing up to the track. And Ashworth, who has made some catches himself deep in right field, robbed of a similar storyline, but hit it hard at 98. Logan Beard, if you take a look back at the start of this contest, bottom of the first inning, it really, to me, felt like the second at-bat of the game after Ashworth worked a leadoff single. It was Logan Beard who fell behind. There was 2 strikes, but he fought, stayed alive, and ended up getting a single himself. It was that at-bat that kind of set the mood for that first inning, where the Range Riders pushed 5 across. They have scored in every inning but the bottom of the third, the Glacier Range Riders have, including 3 last frame to really put him in his driver's seat. Logan Beard stings this one to left center field, and it will go off the base of the wall. Logan Beard has himself a double. He has now 2 doubles on the day. Donnie Ratt steps up 2 for 4 with the home run. question of who deserves the kind of de facto player of the game accolade after this one is going to be a tricky question to answer. 2 extra base hits now for Logan Beard. He is 3 for 5. Donovan Ratfield with a long ball, 2 for 4. And don't forget Brock Vredenberg with a triple and a double and 2 walks. He has not gotten out tonight. So who do you put it on? Jake Millen a little bit further down the lineup card. He has a triple and a home run. First pitch was a ball. That one was a strike. Counts 1-1 for Donnie Rat. Trying to maybe pad his resume for a post-game interview if the Range Riders do push through and finish this contest off. A lot of names to circle on the offensive side of it. But you can't miss out on Cole Crescent either, who shoved in his 3 innings. Final line for Cole Crescent, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed. That was the only base runner. No walks, only 1 strikeout, but that's a very good whip of .33. Ratfield flares this one sky high into the cotton candy clouds here over Glacier Bank Park. The catch is made by the second baseman, Pietkevich. Brock Vredenberg, what can he do? What a night for Brock. 2 walks, a triple, a double. And now steps up with a 9-run lead and a possible RBI waiting on second base if he can make some contact with this one. First pitch is a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Two 2-0 now. Look at that beautiful sunset grabbed by our production crew. You're missing out if you're not here in the Flathead. Swing and a miss by Vredenberg. Two 2-1. Tapped. Back towards Spinoso. Fielded. Thrown to first. And a little bit errant, but in there for out number 3. Beard gets another double. And the only second goose egg inning fired by the Boise Hawks pitching staff. We head to the 8th. It's a 9-run lead for Glacier. Ethan Underwood leads us off. Top of the 8th inning here. Jared Ingman, first pitch. Call the ball. No challenge by the Range Riders. Now over half that ball was in the zone. Oh, no, there is a challenge. Good call. keeping our umpire honest here, who's been solid. There's been a couple misses here and there, but overall, Dylan Collins behind the plate has been unremarkable, and that's exactly what you want. Swing and a miss. 0-2, fooled Ethan Underwood on that one. Underwood today, 1 for 3. Singled on a bunt. 2 ground outs since. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Jared Ingman sends down Underwood. Up steps Scott Campbell. Campbell's probably had the best day of anybody on this Boise offense. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, but has a double and a single since. First pitch coming in to Campbell. Slots right over the heart of the plate. That was offered dead center at 80 miles per hour, and Campbell watched it go by. The 0-1. Ball downstairs. That was kind of fun because it just started to leak into my head. What if Jared Ingman somehow pulls off an immaculate inning and the first pitch was a challenged strike that overturned it to thus? That would have been kind of a cool story. Oh well, he got 4/9 of the way there. And for another inning of work, the Range Riders continue to never have an immaculate inning in franchise history. Tell you what, there's probably 3, maybe like 4 moments that I'm waiting for. A broadcast. Ooh, as this one's into left field, base knock. Didn't hit it too hard off the bat, just 73 from Scott Campbell, but he goes to 3 for 4 on the night. 0 for 3 now is Ryan Russillo. Strikeout, ground out, and a pop out. The 4 innings, or the 4 moments that I would definitely love to call. And most of them, still all of them mathematically a possibility. Called strike in the upper outside corner. Obviously a championship, that's 1 for the Range Riders. A no-hitter / perfect game. That's never happened in Range Rider history. They've been no-hit once, which is not as fun to call. So that one called the ball. Count goes to 1-1. An immaculate inning and a walk-off grand slam. We've never had a walk-off grand slam either. I think those are the 4 that would be the most fun. Obviously, for some of them. 2-1. Ryan Russillo struggling today. 0 for 3. Jared Ingman just trying to get through 2 innings clean here. Jacob Hasty getting warm in the Range Rider pen. Called a strike, top of the zone. Hasty, one of those purple schools that I mentioned he attended, LSU. Another guy that might feel comfortable rocking the perp. Two, 1-out pitch with Campbell on first. Swing and a miss. A strikeout of Ingman versus Russillo, and there's 2 gone in the 8th. Joey Califoot steps up. 0 for 3 is Califoot. 2 flyouts and a lineout from the Boise first baseman. Boise squad, right now, they're the last team out, or the first team out, I should say, for a potential playoff spot. That one zips into the zone. So if there's any team more desperate for a win, it'd be hard to find. Of course, the Range Riders also still alive, so they want to win just as bad. This one hit over towards second. Logan Beard scrambles to it. And a bat spike by Califoot, charging down the first base line. One could have awkwardly hopped back into him, but it's all's well that ends well on the bat spike. And a base knock allowed by Engman. Campbell gets aboard, but Engman fires 2 scoreless. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 11-2 Glacier. Welcome back in. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher out for the Boise Hawks is Carlos Anziani, former Billings Mustang pitcher. Started the season really solid for Billings, but then tailed off a little bit. Enough for them to not have him as plans in their run to the playoffs. Clearly, Sean Persky saw potential, however, in him. And honestly, I'd give him a lot of credit. I thought there was enough to see with Anziani. So one to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. Overall this summer, he has 25 appearances, a 3-1 record. 1 to the backstop, 3-1 the count. And it's ball 4 and a walk. Garner aboard to lead it off. Anziani was on the squad when the Billings Mustangs played here. And that's where I went down this rabbit hole about James Monroe High School in the Bronx, New York. Because I think one of the themes of that game is I was looking up the alma maters from the mutual high schools that guys went to. And James Monroe High School, when I looked it up, it said it closed in 1996. At least the one in the Bronx. There were some other James Monroes around the country. But I never followed up on that to figure out, you know, where's the history of James Monroe High School? 3 balls and no strikes into Carson Hornung. It was It was a fascinating little side quest. But that's all that to say that I do remember Carlos Anziani has pitched at this ballpark before when he was with the Mustangs. Obviously, he's pitched against the Range Riders at Dealer because they played, you know, a boatload of games against each other in Dealer. They also, however, matched up 3 times here, and Anziani was on the Billings roster when that happened. The 3-1 pitch, excuse me. Ball 4. Horning walks to first. Conversation's going to happen with the pitching coach here. Pitching coach is John Chalupa. Anziani made 25 appearances. I believe this is his first appearance for Boise. I mean, according to the stats that I have, he made all 25 appearances for Billings. So just added to the roster, apparently. Appearances versus the Range Riders. He went 2 2/3 on May 23rd, did not allow a run, and picked up the victory. Had 6 strikeouts against Glacier. Then he had 1 shutout inning, 1 1/3 shutout innings, and 1/3 of a shutout inning versus the Glacier Range Riders in the 6-game series they played against each other. And so now you can see why I was like, oh man, he's pitching really good, because I didn't see him allow a run. But then I have, you know, some of the numbers. Range Riders lose a challenge on that one, as Millen wanted to overturn that called strike to a ball. Over half that ball was in the zone. But on June 18th, right after Anziani saw the Range Riders, he allowed 5 earned runs in 2 1/3 versus Missoula. And then he pitched 1 scoreless inning versus the Range Riders at home. And in 2 appearances here, 2 total innings pitched, he allowed 1 earned run. This one out to left field on a rope. And it's out number 1. Up comes Tommy Rover. Well struck by Millen, just not enough on it opposite way. So I saw him match up with the Range Riders, I think 6 times, and he allowed 1 earned run. His final couple outings, however, he allowed 2 earned runs in 1 innings pitched versus Great Falls and 3 earned runs in 1 innings pitched versus Great Falls in a 22-3 victory. But all 3 runs were against him, and apparently that was enough for Billings to be done with him, which honestly, again, like I thought he was a good pitcher out there. 1-0 into Tommy. Outside, it's 2-0. Struggling a little bit here as the Range Riders, who have only scored 1 run against him, are now trying to do what they could barely do when he was in a Billings uniform against him in his first outing in a Boise uniform. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Garner's running to third. The throw in. Got him. I think that's an umpire that's feeling the situation of the game. That one looked safe by quite a bit at third base. I thought his hand got in there. Crowd's not liking it. It's 2 outs as Garner gets caught stealing. And makes matters worse, that pitch should have made it 3-0, but it was called a strike. Game has not been insanely long, but certainly there's been some stretches that has lifted the run time. Oh my goodness. That ball also would have had ABS flip. And in the inning where I mentioned our home plate umpire hasn't been remarkable at all. It's just done his job back there. Twice in a row, bungles pitches that should have been ball 3 and ball 4 and walked Rover to first. 2-2 into Tommy Rover. They're not holding Hornung on first. And it gets by over down the right field line. Green light to send Hornung home, who got a head start because he wasn't being held, and he scores. It is 12-2 Range Riders off the RBI double by Tommy Rover. Without that caught stealing at third there, that's a 2 RBI double for the Range Rider third baseman. Instead, it's a lead pushed to 12. Casey Murray steps up, 1 for 4 as the Range Rider center fielder. That one came 99 off the bat of Tommy Rover. First pitch to Murray. A ball. Count goes to 1-0. This is the first matchup between Murray and Anziani because Murray just joined the roster before the trip to Billings, in which Anziani was not part of the roster. In the zone. 1-1. Ball, 2-1. All 3 into Murray. Hitters count for Casey Murray, the Range Riders center fielder. 12-2 Glacier lead Boise. And it's ball 4 and a walk. Boise just throws their challenge to the wind. That should have been a strike. The umpire gave the Range Riders one there. Kyle Ashworth, first pitch upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. A 12-2 scoreline. Range Riders putting the hurt on Boise today. If the Range Riders end up winning by over 5 runs, it would be their 20th victory by 5 or more runs this year. They also have 20 losses by 5 or more runs this year. But that mark of 20 victories by over 5 runs is second in franchise history. It's more than the playoff team in 2024 and only second to that very good 2023 team, as the Range Riders may have finally called off the Dogs, as that one, in a lot of different worlds, advances each runner, but Rover and Murray practicing good sportsmanship and holding at first and second respectively. 2-1 goes the count. in the zone. 2-2. The argument for the runners going on that is if there is a base knock by Ashworth, then you possibly get him 2 RBIs to help his stats. That's the only argument really for that. 2-2. Floats outside, and it's 3-2. Ashworth, kind of a rare off night. He's only reached base once. A single to center field. That was the first AB of the contest for Glacier. Will help lead to the 5-run first inning for the Range Riders. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Nobody warming up in the pen, so Anziani left out there to fight his own battle. Logan Beard, one of the candidates here for the top Range Rider today. 3 for 5, 2 doubles, and a single. He has scored twice, but he has not gotten an RBI. And it's a ball. Anziani has not blown up the strike zone here, as the Range Riders, who scored 1 run on him in 6 prior appearances when he was in a Billings uniform, have scored 1 already on him in 2/3 of an inning, have loaded the bases, and would have had more if not for a caught stealing that maybe looked safe over there at third. Ball makes it 2-0. Range Riders, who batted on offense 167 in game number 1 of this series, have 17 hits here today. And Beard might not need a hit for an RBI, as he's behind in the count, or he's ahead in the count 3-0. There's nobody warming up in the pen, as this is maybe kind of a prove-it moment for Anziani to push through this early into his tenure with the Boise Hawks. The 3-0 2-out pitch, bottom of the 8th. Take all the way. And for Logan Beard, 3 hits on the day, but his first RBI comes on a bases-loaded walk where he was not offered anything near the zone. Tommy Rover touches the plate. It is 13-2. Glacier in the lead. Catcher Grant having a conversation. This has been about as bad as it could get. There's been 1 hit this inning. Other than that, it was a walk-walk line out, a double, and then a caught stealing right before the double, and 3 walks since. But you leave yourself open to 1 big hit, really smashing your outing and putting the nail about as far in the coffin as it can get. (13-2), Range Riders in front here. Donnie Ratt up at the plate. Nobody's warming up right now, so either Jacob Hasty is ready. I think he is, because he's standing right near the plate in the bullpen mound. As there's another ball. And maybe just getting ready for the trot out there, or maybe whoever the right-hander is on the bump is getting ready to throw 1 final warm-up. Ball 2. It's been 6 straight balls. No, it has been 8 straight balls thrown by Anziani, who has developed an allergy to the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, an 11-run lead for Glacier. Donnie Ratt, a home run already today, and he sees ball 3. It is 9 straight balls. Giving me nightmares to what the Range Riders did on Sunday in Billings. So I know how you're feeling, Boise fans. The 3-0 2-out pitch. A pitch in the zone for strike one. Count goes to 3-1. Donovan Ratfield prepares to receive the hitter's count. Strike two. 92 on the gun from Anziani. Counts full, runners will be going on the pitch. Maybe not as fast as they would if it were a closer contest, but a 3-2, two-out pitch. Anziani into Ratfield. And it's ball four. 14-2, Range Riders lead by a dozen as home plate is crossed by Casey Murray. I'm just wondering to what extent could this inning go where warm-ups would get started in the pen. Because there's Boise players sitting on the bench down in the bullpen. And somebody's going out to go maybe pass a message. This count goes to 1-0. Looks like Daryl Jackson's going down there. One of the utility players for this squad. Maybe he's going to go down there and warm up. Just in case things get really out of hand here and they want me to sound the alarm. Ball inside. Two 2-0. Vredenberg, what a day for him. Triple, double, and a ground out. This would really put a cap on it for him. 2-0. And it's upstairs to Vredenberg, which is hard to do. It's 3-0. 2 bases loaded walks already. And now a ball away from a third straight bases loaded walk and a 5th straight walk overall. The 3-0. It is ball 4. It is a walk. And it is 15-2. 4 runs across in the bottom of the 8th inning. They've already had their meeting at the mound, so they can't have another one without a run scoring or without a new pitcher coming into the contest. And we do fully have a position player going on the bump. They're going to give at least one more batter to Anziani to try and get out of this. It's Carson Garner, who all the way back in the top of this inning worked a walk to start a trend, as that one's called a ball or called a strike. And cruelly so, challenged and overturned to a ball. Carson Garner was right to challenge that. There shouldn't have been any expanded strike zone there, but the home plate umpire was really trying to throw a bone to Anziani. The 1-0, 2-out pitch. That one's ball 2. Listen, I've been there. I've been where Boise fans are right now, watching what Anziani is doing here, and sometimes even to the best of players, this will happen, and it is flabbergasting and just devastating to try and sit through. 2 balls, 1 strike. Range Riders get their second correct challenge of the day. 2-1 the count. Range Riders really with one good swing of the bat could really make this a stinging inning. It is already 4 across, so it's already quite stung. The 2-1. In the zone. And a challenge. And, and that was Garner maybe being a little too audacious. Range Riders out of challenges. They finished 2 for 4 on the day. That one basically entire ball in the zone. Just perfectly nestled in that lower outside corner. Anziani 1 strike away from bringing this frustrating inning to a close. The 2-2, 2-out pitch with the bases loaded. Ball upstairs, the count's full once again. I'm assuming if one more base runner reaches, it might be time to sound the alarm. We'll see. The 3-ball, 2-strike, 2-out pitch. Runners going on the pitch from Anziani. Ball 4. And Garner takes his base. It is a 6th straight walk, a 4th straight bases loaded walk, and it is 16-2 in the most sluggish of fashions. And ladies and gentlemen, let's sound the alarm. Wee-woo, 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 wee-woo. It's position player pitching alert here in the bottom of the 8th. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, Darrell Jackson will step onto the bump. A smattering of applause from the Flathead faithful, and I don't know if that was a sympathetic applause or a sarcastic applause, and I will not read any more into that. As again, Darrell Jackson taking over. Jackson stepping onto the bump. Let's see if we get any pitching statistics for him. University of Wisconsin Whitewater product. Yes, sir. He has 1 1/3 innings pitched this year. He walked 1, allowed 2 hits, but a perfect ERA for Darrell Jackson of 0, despite the whip being 2.25. Can he come into this clutch scenario and limit the Range Rider bats, which really have not done much this inning? It's been 5 across, thanks to 1 hit. This inning has gone walk, walk, line out, caught stealing, which imagine what would have happened if that caught stealing wouldn't have happened. There's a whole multitude of universes where that's playing out. Then the RBI double by Rover, the only hit of the inning, as this one floats high. Then it's been walk, 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 and now Carson Horning's up to the plate. A 1-0 count from Jackson. He sees that one. Oh, no. You can't challenge, even though the Range Riders don't have any challenges, you can't challenge against a position player, and that's about as rough as it gets, because that ball was so far off the plate. It's not even funny. That one was close, and I give a position player that any day. The 1-2. And he lights him up with a fastball despite none, and he went and grabbed the baseball. None of those pitches hit the ABS strike zone. It doesn't matter. Darrell Jackson has his first professional strikeout, and we head to the 9th, 16-2, Glacier. Welcome back. It is the top of the 9th inning. Alex Bustamante comes to the bump. 6, 7, and 8 against Bustamante. Logan Meyer, as well as Granton O'Hara. It was an achingly long bottom of the 8th inning. Certainly added to our run time here, and the first pitch is zipped in by Bustamante. The Range Riders' best option out of the bullpen to finish this one off. Not leaving anything to chance here. Up 16-2. Counts 0-1. In the zone. Our home plate umpires shown the akin there for a expanded strike zone. And thankfully he is sticking with that motto and continuing to call the clear strikes. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. A strikeout to send one down.
Now batting number 28, Wyatt Grant.
Ball makes the count 1-0 on Wyatt Grant, who's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Bustamante on the year, a 3.03 ERA. This is his 30th appearance. Called strike. The 1-2 pitch into Wyatt Grant from Alex Bustamante. Swing and a miss, another punchy. Last chance is Michael O'Hara, who has 1 of 7 Boise hits this evening. First pitch zips into the zone. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1 on O'Hara. Called strike, and now the Boise Hawks are down to their last strike. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. As Bustamante prepares to fire home. Swing and a miss. Bustamante strikes out the side. 98 on the gun from the Range Rider right-hander to finish it. Glacier wins this contest 16-2 as O'Hara sees the fire out of the arm of Busto. He knew that one was hot. He turned around and felt it. Wow, wow, wow. We're going to have a post-game interview here down on the field. And looks like it'll be Jake Millen down there with Lauren Hill. And we'll send it down to the field now with Jake and Lauren.
Hello. Oh. Hello, Range Riders fans. I am here with Jake Millen. So you've been the leader in home runs for basically the entire season, hitting your 14th tonight. What has been working for you at the plate just in general? Not just tonight, but just in general.
You know, just trying to look for a good pitch to hit. If I hit it hard, that's really all that matters. And if it goes out, it goes out. But that's the main goal, is find a good pitch to hit.
All right, everyone in the lineup today got a hit. Any changes made recently as we begin to round out the regular season?
Not really. I mean, I would say, we're a great group, and, tonight really showed, 16 runs, and our pitching staff did a great job, limiting to 2, I believe. So, I mean, collectively as a group, it was awesome to watch.
And then we are here for 2 consecutive homestands. How awesome to be able to play in your own ballpark in front of your own Range Riders fans.
We're excited. It's awesome. We love playing here. All these fans are great, and we're looking forward to it. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Jake Millen on the post-game interview. Well done with Lauren and Jake down there. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap this puppy up from Glacier Bank Park. Don't touch that dial.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back in. Scott Gladstone with you to wrap this puppy up from Glacier Bank Park. Cole Crescent will get the win tonight after Doyle goes 3 innings, not the required 5, however. Crescent goes 3 innings, scoreless, looked very good out of the pen. Doyle did put in a solid start. Hopefully, there's no reason other than just strategic to take him out after the 3rd inning. 2 earned runs allowed by Doyle. Engman, 2 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts, and Bustamante struck out the side in the 9th to finish off a Range Rider victory. The loss goes to Radke, 7 earned runs and 3 strikeouts and 3 walks over his time on the bump. Range Riders go absolutely berserko on offense, 16 runs in a demolition derby over the Boise Hawks. Final score, Range Riders 16, Boise 2. Let's take a look at the league scoreboard to finish talking about this one. As in Great Falls, Montana, it's a final score, Billings 4, Great Falls 1. In Ogden, Utah, the Freebirds beat the Raptors, or are up on the Raptors, 12-6, as Ogden is struggling right now and clinging on to what looked like a more convincing playoff spot. If they just would have gone on a run late season, now it's the opposite of that. Good news down in Long Beach. The Coast have a 7-3 lead on the Paddleheads. That would be a monster victory if Long Beach could take down Missoula. Idaho Falls up on the Red Pocket Mobiles, who are staring another loss in the face. Oakland does have a lead on the first place in the second half, Modesto Roadsters. Oakland leads 7-1. Again, if Red Pocket cannot come back in that game, that would be their 27th straight loss of the season. Oy. And they would go to 1-30 in the second half. Final score of this one, Range Riders win 16-2. Huge shout out to everybody that makes this broadcast possible. And for all of us here at the Glacier Range Riders, including our sideline reporter Lauren Hill, my name is Scott Gladstone. Please have a great rest of your evening and stay safe out there.